Hello guys and welcome to another video on my channel. Today we are working on this vintage Land Rover Series 2. It was made in the early 70s by Mebetoys in Italy. What I like about this casting is that it has so many opening parts. It has an opening boot lid, an opening bonnet and opening doors. So everything that opens on this model opens on the real model. It also has many details like a roof rack or a spare tire. What I don't like about this casting is that the casting itself is not so detailed because it doesn't have rear lights or turning signals. Here you can see all the opening parts opened, and that must have cost quite a bit of money back then in the factory. The car also has nice suspension and a metal base. But now let's get started. So we are taking the car apart. This car has actually a Phillips head screw which holds it together. I've never seen this on such an old car, and I think it is quite an advantage for the early 70s, and it is very easy to take apart. You just need a screwdriver and you can take every single part out. This car actually was a military edition. It was painted in military green and had a large decal on the side which said US Army. I'm not going to replicate this livery because I'm not able to print white decals, and also I am not into military stuff, so I don't like military cars too much. And I also don't think that the US Army ever had Land Rovers. If you know it, then tell me in the comment. So, as you can see, many pieces are made out of plastic in this model and not molded into the casting like on Matchbox cars. Even the engine is a separate part, although you can't see it's a separate part. But it's made out of plastic, so you should take it out before paint stripping. Now we are going to strip off the paint. This paint came off really easy, and at this point I understood why this casting was in such bad condition, because the paint didn't wasn't so tough like, for example, on the Audi 100 we did some time ago, but it fell off literally when it saw the paint stripper. So I can well imagine that this car wasn't even played with a lot, and it just was played with a little bit and the paint came off pretty fast. I'm removing the rest of the paint using a brass brush, and I'm putting it into some water to neutralize the paint stripper. The brass brush cleans also up the oxidation on the car. Now we are going to prime the model. I'm using Tamiya primer. This one is the thicker one because I thought it wouldn't cover up any details on this casting. I'm always painting my cars with the doors closed, and that's because I think the finish gets much more like a uniform finish, and if you paint them separately the colors could be different because you don't always apply the paint as thick as you do, for example, on the body on the doors. And Matchbox also painted their cars in the factory with the doors closed, so I thought I would do that too. So I painted the roof white and then the body in this kind of Land Rover green. This is a flat color, so I had to clear coat the car afterwards, but that wasn't a very big problem. And I should also mention that this color is made by Rebel, and I had to thin it up very much because, as you may know, Rebel colors, in my opinion, aren't the best. After that, I put the car all together and fixed the missing parts on the roof rack and painted the roof rack up. So here is what it looked like before. Didn't look very good, but it was all there. And here is how it looks like now. I'm quite happy with the finish on the paint. The only thing I don't like about this car is the little detail, but if they didn't put more detail up on it in the factory, I also can't paint it, so I think that's a bit of a shame, but what can you do? And yeah, the parts I fixed on the roof rack didn't turn out as good as I wanted them to be, but I'm still happy with them. And I left the interior in the original color because I thought it's not a bad color. Yeah, it looks a bit like a toy, but I left it like that because this is quite a rare car. You don't see them every day, especially with the roof racks on it. And I thought I would leave it like that. And I also refreshed the windscreen off camera. And now I would like to ask you something because I tried to make this video super short because I didn't have a lot of watch time on my previous video, and I thought I would ask you if you like more shorter videos or if you would like to see longer videos, like for example on the Saab. So tell me in the comments below, and so that I can improve my videos to make my watch time better. Because I don't know why it is so low, but I think maybe it's a little bit boring or so. So tell me everything, don't be scared to really say what you mean. And I hope you liked the video. Consider to subscribe. If you disliked the video, tell me why in the comments so that I can improve this. And thanks for watching and see you next time.